All right, so again, my name is Chris Van Dyke. I'm from Cloudera. Real quick, for y'all that don't know who we are, Cloudera, we're the enterprise data company is what we like to call ourselves. You probably know us as the company behind Hadoop. We've gone past that and evolved past that, so now we're really, think a lot of data out there, unstructured, structured data, in object storage, and then compute on top of it is spun up in Kubernetes. Inside of that compute, we've got a set of data services that come up. One of those data services, I'm one of the product managers for, is called Cloudera Machine Learning. So the Cloudera Machine Learning service, first of all, some of the basic foundations of that service. First, we focus on data science and machine learning, but when we do that, we're focusing on open data science. We really want to be open source friendly, and we want to allow our customers to bring in whatever libraries they want to use, whatever frameworks they want to use to do their machine learning. They can do that on our platform. Next, we want to focus on the concept of helping our customers move machine learning into production. So from an MLOps standpoint, we really want to enable those engineers and those admins to be able to focus on deploying models into production, managing those models, managing the metrics around that, looking for skew, being able to go back and retrain. Next, on top of all that, you want to be able to, that model's been deployed, it might have a REST endpoint, it's behind. You want to be able to have an application on top of that your customers can use. We allow them to go and deploy AI applications within their project, share those out with the line of business users, and make it easy for them to connect to it. And then finally, all this is built on top of Kubernetes. So we want to make it easy for auto scaling of resources, CPUs and GPUs. We make that easy on the public cloud and the private cloud and the hybrid. And then finally, why we're here today is we've been working, our customers have been deploying and using Ray in CML for over a year now. With that, there's been a few projects that have gone out for some of our customers, so some sample projects. We've got one customer that's deployed a code assistant tool called Wingman. With that, they got a 20% developer gain. This was deployed out to over 680 users. So these are developers in the field that are leveraging this, and it's all done on-prem so that they don't have to worry about their code getting outside their enterprise. Next, we've got another customer who deployed something called Whisper. That goes and listens to, does transcription of interactions with their customers, and it's helped the call center people, it's helped speed up the process to get them to the right resolution and help to head off customer complaints. And then finally, one of the biggest uses we've all heard with generative AI is the ability to go do summarizations. So we've got one that's implemented a document AI tool that goes and summarizes documents, and they've found a 95% improvement reduction of effort by deploying this application. So in order to do this on CML, what we've really focused on is this concept of extensibility. And when we talk extensibility first, it's the way customers are they want to go and write code. So we've made it very easy for them. We've got extensible editor support. We ship with Jupyter Lab and a workbench editor as part of the product. But we also allow our customers to bring in any web-based editor or connect to any editor IDE from their laptop if they want. So with LLMs, we know that to be able to develop LLM platform, to be able to develop and deploy LLMs, we know we've got to be extensible there too. So with that, we've made it very easy. So whenever a new framework comes out or a new open source library comes out, we've made it very easy to go and integrate that in with CML. The big one that we're talking about today is Ray. And so the way we've kind of taken Ray to make it easy I'll talk a little about that in a minute. But One of the other ways that we've done this is we've got this concept of quick starts. So applied machine learning prototypes, these are template type applications that can be quickly deployed by our customers. Inside of CML, they can go find one of these. We've actually put out 2 LLM based ones lately. One is around fine tuning, which you can actually see at our booth. The other one is around an LLM chatbot that's trained on your enterprise data. So both those are amps that are easy to deploy. So back to the Ray concept. With Ray, the way we've made it easy to deploy Ray, since CML is all based on Kubernetes, we've got the ability to go and spin up compute at any time in multiple replicas of that compute. To scale that out, that's called our worker API. So we've allowed them with a Python package we created called CML extensions that makes it very easy for them to go and spin up their own Ray clusters. So what that looks like, in their code, they'll go and they'll import the CML extensions library and they'll import that with the Ray cluster library. And then from there, they'll go define the cluster that they want to provision. So in that, they'll define how many workers they want, how many CPUs, how much memory, how much CPU and RAM, and then how many GPUs they want to also bring into it. Today, we're supporting NVIDIA GPUs. We're going to bring in AMD support, and other TPU type compute is coming as part of this platform too. So once they do that and they start to initialize the cluster, we go out and use our worker API. So behind the scenes, we've got this worker API that's going and provisioning the resources we need. It's taking and spinning up data science containers for each one of those, the head node and the worker nodes. So that's being spun up. Once that's all spun up, we give them access. The Ray dashboard is there, and then access to the clusters from there. And then finally, the last thing that they'll do is they can go and initialize their Ray cluster. When they do that, they're going to go and set their environment variables. Here I'm doing something with Modin. They can bring in any Python packages, all that, and then do the initialize of the Ray cluster. And from then, they can go and do the rest of their work in Ray. So thank you very much for the time today. If you want, we've got a trial for our platform is available out there. You can go out and click the link here and try the platform out. I'll be available at the back for any questions, but thanks a lot.